This is problem 1 from CBE 6. It says to use interval notation to describe the domain of the function of h of x. And there's h of x right there. So remember when we talk about domain, there's two things we said we should worry about. One is we don't want no zeros in the denominator fractions, right? Because that means that it would be undefined. The function would not exist. Okay, so no zeros in the denominator. Second thing is no negatives inside of the square roots. So no negatives inside of square roots. Okay, so those two things we're looking at. Well, this thing has both of them. I've got this negative 3x minus 2 over the square root of 6x plus 5. So I've got a square root there. So what we do is we always take the inside of the square root. We said it cannot be negative, which means that normally it has to be greater than or equal to 0. Now this one has a little catch to it because not only is it inside the square root, but it's also on the bottom of the fraction. It's normally okay to take the square root of 0. But if it's on bottom of the fraction, the square root of 0 is 0, and it would be undefined. So in this one case, we are going to get rid of that equal sign. And that should be the domain of that first part. Now the second fraction, we could also get a 0 on the bottom. So I know that x minus 3, we do not want it to equal 0. So if I solve this, I'm going to minus the 5 over. 6x is greater than negative 5. Divide by 6. So x is greater than negative 5, 6. Okay, this one we're going to add the 3 over. 8x cannot equal 3. Divide by 8. So 8 cannot equal 3/8. And then put it on the number line. I think it's the easiest way to figure out your answer with interval notation. You know, I don't know exactly where it's at, and that's okay. We don't have to be exact. If we say negative 5, 6 is there, 3/8 is somewhere over here. Well, we know x can be greater than negative 5, 6, but not equal to it. Then it's opening this way. But when I get to 3/8, I know x cannot equal 3/8 also, so I'm going to do an open circle there. Then it's going to keep going that way. Right? So x is always greater than negative 5, 6, but it cannot equal 3/8. The way I'd write that with interval notation, right, would be parenthesis, negative 5, 6, comma, 3/8. Again, parenthesis, because 3/8 is not included. Union, 3/8, comma, infinity. Okay, let's try entering that in and just see what happens. Make sure we got it right. So we're going to go back over to the actual problem itself. Remember that answer. So we're going to go parenthesis was negative 5, 6, comma, and then we went to 3/8. Union. Okay. And then we're going to put in, we went from 3/8 and we went to infinity. Let's just double check that answer. It's negative 5, 6 to 3/8, 3/8 to infinity. It looks good. Double check our answer. All right, we got it. So two things to remember. No 0 on the bottom of the fraction, and no negatives inside the square root. So you're always going to take the inside of the square root and make it greater than or equal to 0. And you're going to make sure you don't get a 0 on the bottom of the fraction. And then using that number line as far as writing with interval notation is a great help. So I would do that also.